All right, so let's roll on into our final topic of this evening. As y'all recently seen in the news, the 76ers have released their head coach, Brett Brown, after being swept by the Boston Celtics in the first round of the NBA bubble playoffs. So,
Celtics,
76ers
Celtics, Celtics.
76ers are now without a head coach. You know, we have Ben Simmons who ended the season on a horrific injury. You got Joel Embiid who was, visibly emotional. He did not want to get swept. He played his heart out, but they still got swept anyway. No head coach. Where does the 76ers go from here?
I tell you, right here from Philadelphia, I'm here in Philadelphia right now, exactly what the Sixers need to do. To exactly, first you got to pick a superstar. You got to pick a superstar. And if you were smart, you pick a superstar that fits in today's league, and that's Ben Simmons. Joel Embiid, you don't need a center being your number one no more. That's just what it is. We just talked about Houston. Houston had to jump ship on theirs. You pick your superstar. Number two, you get you Tyron, you get Ty Lue to run the coaching office because he had experience with LeBron James, who is literally Ben Simmons, the same thing replica. They do the same things, just no jump shot with Ben Simmons. You get Ty Lue, and you get rid of Elton Brand because it does not take that much basketball knowledge to know Ben Simmons needs shooters around him. You don't get rid of JJ Redick. You don't bring in Josh Richardson. You don't get rid of Shemet. You don't get rid of all these shooters when you know you need a shooters around Ben Simmons. I feel like it's simple, and I feel like everybody in Philadelphia know, everybody in the world know. LeBron James can go to any team in the world and just put shooters around them, and they contenders. And that's what you have to do with Ben Simmons. I feel like you literally have a landscape to make a team with the Sixers. Now you love Joel Embiid. If you love him that much, then trade Ben Simmons. I bet you would get a lot for him. You would get a lot for him with that potential. You wouldn't get a lot with Joel Embiid. It depends on what kind of offers you get. But I'm Ben
Whoa, you
Simmons.
say you want to get a lot?
You would get a lot from Ben Simmons. You're not gonna get that much from Joel Embiid. You're not getting that much for a center in the NBA.
We
You
t-
just not. He's injury prone. You don't know. I
But
love Joel Embiid to death. He's
both
not
of them
getting a lot.
are. Both of
Do you
them
think
are.
Joel Embiid is worth a first round pick?
Yeah, but is he worth
Yeah,
a late one? A late one? If you have a good lottery pick, I am
it's still
not.
first round
If you
though.
have a top 10, if you have a lottery pick, I'm not giving you that for Joel Embiid.
Golden State?
I'm just not even Golden State. They don't need a guy like that. They don't need no more attention given away. All you need to do is put shooters around Ben Simmons. It's simple. It's simple. Trade Joel Embiid for a couple quality shooters. Quality shooters like you get some Avery Bradleys, get some guys that are good teammates. Put them around Ben Simmons. It's easy. It's really easy. And go get some vets that can shoot. It's easy. And you let Simmons develop. And you get him a good coach that can develop him. And that's Lou. And so it's really simple, Philadelphia. It's really simple.
Okay, for one, no one told Philadelphia to sign at that to give Al Horford that big huge deal. If that wasn't the case,
Brand.
they could have had shooters around them. They could have had shooters around them. If that wasn't the case, nobody told Philly to give Al Horford that deal. Second of all, Joel Embiid is Philly. He is that team. This dude is averaging double doubles every night. Don't get me wrong, Ben Simmons is as well. But that team relies more on Joel Embiid.
True.
They need a big man.
You
So
need a big
if
man?
you get rid of Joel Embiid and you just keep, so what? You move Ben Simmons to the four, trade Joel, and then what? Get trade for some point guard, get some more shooters around. So you
Exactly.
saying that would work?
Exactly though. That would definitely work because I've seen it happen.
I don't know. I don't really see that. My another
JR,
thing
could,
is do Ben and Joel really gel together though? Do
no,
they really
obviously
gel
not.
Oh,
together? So it's time for one of them to go. One of them has to go.
Yep.
In my opinion, that's Ben.
But JR, can you give me one example in the last 8 years where a center was the number one guy and they went to the finals?
Where center the last eight
Yeah,
years.
where a center in the last 8 years, give me one. You can't give me one, man. And that's just the fact of the NBA. I'm not saying
I
I'm not
I was about
saying
to say Tim. I was about to say Tim Duncan. nothing. But he's a power
That's a
forward slash
four.
center, and he
Yeah.
did leave San Antonio.
I give you that one.
That's the only one I
I
can
give
think
you that
of right now.
But what I'm trying to say is, can you really put your faith like how do you even develop an offense in today's NBA with a Joel Embiid type guy? Do I believe it would be better without a Ben Simmons clogging the paint? Yes. But do I think that you could really build a contender with just Joel Embiid and some I don't know, like I don't really believe it because
I mean,
in these days everybody's trying to
you
drive
see
and
it,
do a step back.
but you see it in Milwaukee. Giannis is he's a point forward.
Doesn't count.
He's a point
That you
center,
know that
whatever
don't
you want to
count.
call him.
You know that don't count.
What do you mean that doesn't count? What do you mean that
He's
doesn't
not a
count?
back to the basket player. He's basically a guard that's 7 foot. That's not I'm talking about
Hey,
I'm talking about a big man. That's not a big man.
all right, Anthony Davis then when he was in New Orleans.
And what happened in New Orleans? And what
He
happened
took him to the
now?
playoffs. He took his team to the playoffs. He did everything he could, but every time he either went against Golden State, like
Teams who could
OKC.
shoot and play small ball. Teams who could shoot and play small ball.
I mean,
It's small ball, baby. It's small ball. It's small ball.
man.
And bro, come on now, what happens? What Anthony Davis go do? He go and pair up with basically a guard that's 6'7". So I mean, you can't give me an example. The Houston Rockets did it. They got rid of their guy. Everybody has done it. And if you're not shooting the basketball, I mean, we can say Joel Embiid can shoot the basketball, but can he really shoot that 3-ball consistently?
Nah.
I guess.
No, I don't. I mean, no, but I still
just
believe
don't see
he
it
is
working.
the leader of the Philly team. I still believe he is the leader of
I agree.
the Sixers.
I agree, but sometimes you just gotta cut your ties. That's just what it is.
So basically, what you're saying is, with Jamar, you saying that they should get rid of Joel, and JR, you saying they should get rid of Ben.
That's basically what he said.
All right. So how about this?
Both of them. Just get rid of both of them.
I was gonna say,
Then
okay,
it's the process all over again.
I was gonna say, okay, for both of y'all, I have a part 2 to the question. If for both of y'all scenarios, with both of them being different, Jamar, in your case, if the 76ers were to get rid of Joel, who would you like to see specifically like paired up with Ben? And for JR, who would you like to see specifically paired up with Joel in order to help the Sixers succeed?
I'll be honest. I don't got a name. Just give me some guys with some 40+ percentage and 3-point range and surround them. I'm cool. I believe Ben Simmons. Let's be real. Ben Simmons has the potential to be LeBron James. Will it happen now? LeBron James will go. But Ben Simmons literally has the build, has the skill set that LeBron had, literally, and he just needs to be in the right environment. If you're not in the right environment to grow, you're not going to grow. It has nothing to do with your skill set or who's this and who's. If you're not in the right environment to grow, you're not going to grow. And I don't believe when he got to the NBA, he wasn't in the right environment. He had a coach that didn't push him to shoot, and he had a center in the lane that clogged up what he was trying to do. And so when you're not in the right environment to learn, he needs some soil around him. He needs some soil, and he needs some space. And so he didn't have no space. And so when you get some space around him, I don't care who you got. I really could. I don't want another superstar. I just want to see Ben Simmons show me what he can do, because I believe when LeBron set foot in Cleveland, he had to do whatever he wanted to do. And there's a lot of guys who just need a space to do whatever they want to do. There's some guys who need that sidekick with them, that guy to be with them and to show the potential. But some guys just need some space. And Ben Simmons doesn't have any space. I don't need a certain guy. You could honestly cut Joel Embiid and just hire some vets that can shoot the ball. And I think you would see a crazy Ben Simmons come out and play.
You know where I see Ben Simmons can actually fit right now? If he go to Phoenix. Because Devin Booker needs help.
Still got a big in the paint clogging it up for him.
I mean, you got DeAndre Ayton.
That's a big.
That's the only big dude, DeAndre Ayton. But DeAndre Ayton is not like a Joel Embiid right now. DeAndre Ayton is not averaging the same points as Joel. If Ben Simmons can go to a team like Phoenix,
not Phoenix.
I give you that. But Ben Simmons he's not a big man though. Ben Simmons he's a point forward. You know, he can take the ball down the court. That you know how much pressure that takes off of Devin Booker?
Man, I don't think it takes that much pressure off Devin. I don't think that will work, because I believe Ben Simmons needs to have the ball in his hand. And if Devin Booker has that ball has the ball in his hands, you know what Ben Simmons doing. He's sitting in the corner doing nothing. He needs somewhere where he has full control, and he needs somewhere that just has people that are obviously not on his level, so he can know this is my team. I take the last shots around here. I don't have to worry about anything. He needs to. I feel like D'Angelo Russell. He went somewhere and he just knew he was just shooting all the shots, and then we saw him blossom. We saw D'Angelo Russell blossom, but he was with LeBron James. He was with all these other guys. He was. I don't know if I'm really on that level, and then he gets to just be free, and we saw him get a max contract. And so I think Ben Simmons needs his own team.
Well, let Joel Embiid go to Golden State then it'd be all over.
I was kidding about that Golden State. I really don't think that will work. I really don't think that. I think he'll just start off the chemistry.
Like Boogie.
Man, Draymond gonna be done with him after a week.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nah, they'll be done with Draymond.
But nah, I think
you know what, Draymond, it was nice knowing you.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with
triple singles here no more.
With the seven, as far as the 76ers, I think both of y'all had some very, very valid points. With Ben Simmons, he definitely needs some shooters, but I think it may be better for their organization. Instead of to get rid of Embiid to bring in the shooters, I think it might just be best for Ben just to go to a team that already has a bunch of shooters, you know, because like JR said,
Phoenix.
Like JR said, if they get rid of Joel, they're gonna have to change the entire team. They're gonna have to change like the grit, the grind. Like as we know, Philly, Joel is the heart, the soul, the attitude, the anger, the muscle, all that. So when you get rid of him, everybody's gonna adapt to the new guy, which would be Ben. He's still aggressive, but he's a little bit more finesse, and he's quick and he's slick, and he brings that small ball energy, like you said, Jamal. But I definitely think it'll be easier for Philly to just go ahead and maybe bring in some extra pieces if they did decide to get rid of Ben Simmons.
No, you know what? Get rid of Al Horford. Nobody told them to sound Al Horford.
They're not going to be able to do that.
Al Horford, yeah, he's going to be hard to get rid of. And Tobias Harris had a pretty huge contract too. He has to.
But I can see he's a good fit for Philly though. I like Tobias Harris with Philly. He's a good fit.
Yeah.
But you know it'd be crazy.
Oh, you know what? How about what's up?
You know it'd be crazy if you keep Joel Embiid and he get hurt every 2 years. And Ben Simmons go in and be the next LeBron. That'll hurt because we all know Ben Simmons has that possibility. And just off that possibility alone, I'm gonna bet my chances with Ben Simmons because at the end of the day, even if Joel Embiid do revitalize or something, he has the chance of getting hurt every single year. If Ben Simmons gets a shot and just establishes himself, it's gonna be crazy, man. I just can't let that go yet. But y'all want to roll the dice on Joel Embiid? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I definitely think Ben Simmons is the better superstar, but in Philly case, I think for the organization's heart and soul, I think they should just go ahead and stick with Joel.
Ben Simmons, go to Phoenix. Go play with Devin Booker. Ben.
Don't do that.
All right, well. You guys, that is today's episode here on My Point Exactly. Jamar, JR, I appreciate you guys for being here with us. And we'll see everybody next week. Y'all like, subscribe, share, support, and everybody stay blessed.
Please watch the other shows. Watch the highlight, behind the lights. My Point Exactly. Watch
Definitely.
SOS. What else? I don't even.
All of
it.
Sports Unlocked, everything, man.
Yeah.
SOS
Watch
News.
all of it.
Everything.
Watch all of it.
We got some highlights coming from high school coming soon. We're gonna have.
And remember, you guys, we're not just accurate, but we're spot on, but we're accurate. I just had to do that for Tony, y'all.
I was about to say what.